Hello guys, welcome back to the Backyard Play. Mario is here again, and today we're gonna be testing out some Aliexpress accessories for my car. So here I've got a package. Let's open it up together. Well, I don't have a blade, so I'm gonna do it traditionally. There we are. So in this big box we've got something special. Drop this here, and we've got some other accessories, and of course a t-shirt for me. Throw this away. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on for this video. What do you think? Alright, here is the t-shirt on. I think it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And the material is not too bad. Throw this away. So, what have I ordered? Well, those are some rear view blind spot mirrors. That's the first item. This is the second item. This is something that I noticed I'm missing. So this is from the fuel cap. Now, I know I don't have a lot of accessories in here because it was really expensive. So I couldn't afford to spend a lot of money, but let's see what is actually here. I will need a blade for this. Alright, back we are. So this is the first time I'm using this, and it's not from Aliexpress. But let's get back to the video. Let's open this up and see together what's inside. You know something. Let's go old-fashioned way with this one as well. All right. What here is supposed to be is a navigation system for the car. So when I said this was pretty expensive, I mean £300, which is over the budget. So let's see what is inside of this box, what this kit comes with, and we will also go install it on the car, and I'll give you my honest opinion about it. So we have the screen mount, and it comes with those buttons. Let me clean this up. There we go. So we have that. In the next bag we have a bracket for that mount, and it also comes with the screws needed. Pretty basic. Drop that in there. This is MI connector. I'm not 100% sure what this does, but during the installation of this navigation system, we're gonna figure it out together. Here we've got some prying tools, 4 of them. It's actually more than enough. Aliexpress was generous today. Here in this bag we've got the harnesses, and there are a few. So I'm assuming this is the antenna for the radio. Not 100% sure on that one. Here we've got some USB ports, which is a twin. Yeah, this will go into the sat nav, and the other two we will see if we can put this as factory as possible in the car. Here we have another antenna, and I cannot understand why 2 of them. They look quite different though. Take this out, and we've got similar ends, but the others, they look different. So this is probably for the radio, and this would be for the SIM card, if we can put a SIM card into it. But anyway, put those there. Here we have a very nice packed harness. This is really nice. So we've got the auxiliary port. In here is probably for the microphone. What else we've got? We've got the main connectors. This will go to the original stereo. Okay, some more connectors. So this is one auxiliary port, and here we have another one, and apparently this is for the microphone, this is for the reverse camera, this is the 12 volt, this is the amp wire. At some point, if you guys want me to, we're gonna be installing a subwoofer on it, and this is where this wire comes in handy. There's the ground, there's the reverse, and another reverse in here. It probably depends on what reversing camera you're using. So one of them could be with this port, one of them you just solder it together on this one. Pretty straightforward. And what's interesting, I don't see no CAN bus with it. If we have no CAN bus, it means the controls from the steering wheel is not going to work with it. And I am already unhappy with that. But we're gonna go there, install it, see if it works, and like I said, I'll give you my honest opinion about it, if it's worth the money. We'll see how much I like it. So drop that there as well. Here we have, what is this? Extended warranty to 3 years. But yeah, anyway, let's get to the dopest part of the video. It's not actually the dopest part. No. This is the dopest part of the unboxing. There we are. Speak English, happy days. Here, guys, we have the screen. And it's huge. Shut up. Yeah. We're gonna make this Audi look like a Tesla. This massive screen. And here we are. It actually does have a SIM card slot. And the other one, I'm pretty sure, is a micro SD card. Not 100% sure. So I'm figuring out why we have two antennas. Because one of them is the GPS and one of them is the 4G. So I was right with this one being for the SIM card. This is going to give us 4G. Looks good, pretty solid, not some cheap plastic. So I think this will look good. I hope it moves smooth. It looks pretty good, to be honest. It looks pretty good. I cannot wait to install it. I cannot wait to install it and see what actually does. So it should be Android 14, if I am not wrong. Android 14. And it should have Apple Carplay and Android Carplay. Well, I think it's time to go to the car and see what I spent so much money on. Let's go. Alright, here we are in the car, and I'm gonna be showing you how to remove the cluster. But first we have to remove the vents on each side. So what I'm using for this is a pick like this one, and as you can see, I already figured out how to remove it. You have these two connectors, you can't actually see them, but when this is there unmoved, put the camera on, those pins, they're gonna be out there, and you have a hole in that connector. You just put your pick into it and lift it up, just like that. Lift it up, and then carefully you start shaking this carefully again. And here you have one more. On this side you do the exact same thing, but after you loosen this first one up, and then you have this vent out, as you can see. Then you have to remove the connectors like I did. There's one connector there and there's another one here. Then to remove this, you just simply put your hand behind the cluster and gently push it, and this one will have that connector into his back. You just disconnect that and you have this one removed. Now moving on to this side, the same thing. You have some clips. You can't really see them. You will probably need a flashlight. Let me see if the camera will focus. So you have that tiny hole in there. What you gotta do is just put a flat screwdriver, hold it in place like that one, or a pick like I'm using, and there is another one up here. You do the exact same thing with 2 screwdrivers, and then you gently start moving this. You'll have one more connector in there, and if you gently drag it towards you, it will come out. As you can see, I already removed those. Put it back there. I'm not gonna disconnect the connectors. On to the next. Here you'll have one screw, the second one, and the third one. Those are 8mm screws. You have to remove them in order to take this out. Now, for those buttons, if you simply click on one side, the other side will pop out, and now you can take your button out. There we are. And as you can see, nothing is broken. So I'm pretty sure the other one is the exact same process. Just clicked in, and now we have it out. Okay, now let's figure out what to do next. Moving on to the next part, we have those out. How I've done that is just I put this pick through the hole in there and gently pulled it out, and as you can see, it goes out. I've done the same thing on the other side as well. Now with those out, we have access. I don't think you'll be able to see. Maybe on this one you have one more screw in there and one more screw in there. The same, just an 8mm like the previous ones. Let's go ahead and remove those and see if the cluster goes out. So with the screws removed and the connectors disconnected, now we should have this pretty loose, and we have it. Just carefully drag it out. There we go. I'll probably need both hands for this. I don't want to pull too hard, just because I don't want to break anything. So here on the steering wheel is quite stiff, and there we go. And on this side, try to repeat the process. Here. Okay, there we go. I hope nothing has broke, but here we have the cluster out. Happy days. I'm gonna put this on a side and check the connectors back on the MMI, and also remove the MMI and mount on the bracket for the Android one. Let's go. Alright guys, before I start, quick update. 5 seconds ago, the last Aliexpress item just arrived, and I've got Hetty in here, which is gonna clean the car, and by the end of this video we will have the last item installed as well. Let's go. The connector in here and the connector in there, both of them, they had harnesses, right? So those harnesses, I just pinned them in the new bracket. So what this actually does, you have the same buttons you've got in there and in there, and on the new one you have all the same buttons, you have them in a straight line. So what you do is cancel those and put those on. Moving on, as you can see, I was playing around with the original stereo. Right, coming back with an update. So my car doesn't have the MI port, which means this connector is useless to me. But because I have the 3G MMI, I don't need this. So I just had to use VCDS to enable the auxiliary port. I don't have that either, but apparently this is how the new navigation system works. So moving further with the wires, this wire is the only thing I couldn't figure out what is for. So as you can see, I've connected the harness coming from the new radio to the old one. So now with the old screen to the bin, I'm gonna put everything back together, and after we're done, we're gonna look into this sat nav, show you some features it's got. Alright guys, here we are with the head unit complete. Now I want to apologize for the quality of the video. The other phone overheated and instantly shut down, so we're gonna work with what we have. So about this head unit, let's see what this head unit is capable of. So here we have the menu, and as you can see, it moves pretty good. And also the old buttons, they work as well, as you can see. And we're gonna check the menu of this head unit, and we will see what it's got to offer. So starting with the first one, this is the apps button. Here is the menu. Like on every phone, you can see what apps they are installed. And as you can see, I already have YouTube Music, Waze. This one is an app for an OBD2 scanner that I used recently. And this is pretty much everything with all the apps we've got. I wanted to let you guys know every single app works exactly as it should. So if we go back to the menu, we have the car info with the next option, and if we click on this, this is the old head units menu. So as you can see here, we are on external audio source, which we're gonna talk about in a bit. But as you can see, we press any buttons and we still have the menu, the old menu. Now we're gonna head into the settings and see what this thing has got to offer. So here we have the volume, what it says, navigation, camera, system, and Android. We will go with every single one. So first, we have the volume, which is the media volume. This one I left it on 14, just because at the first side I took it straight to maximum, and the sound quality of the music was not that good. And here we have the navigation volume, Bluetooth volume, camera, mute. I disabled this one because when you put it in reverse, it's going to start the reverse camera, and this is how it's gonna stop the music. So moving on to the navigation, here we have already our default app for the navigation app. Volume ratio, I think this is the voice in the Waze app, the volume of it. Camera, here we have the cameras. I haven't installed any cameras because the kit didn't come with one, and I'm gonna have to buy one separately, which I will in the future. We have the system here, and in this system menu, the most important one is the factory settings. So usually the password is, we press 6 times. Hit OK, and here we are in the menu. Just gonna close the door. Okay, so here we are, Audi settings. Click on that. On the car type, here I had some support from the seller, which told me I have to click on automatically select car type. This is for the old menu to be displayed properly on the whole screen. So if I'll show you a small example, if I click on that, and for example I click on, I don't know, let's say 10, mine was on 3, right? If I click the button that is going to open up the old menu, as you can see, is not displayed properly. So if we get out of this and we click on automatically select, now it found again number 3. And now if we get into the old menu again, now is displayed properly. A couple more settings in here for small speakers, auxiliary switch, full screen, media, original car Bluetooth. This is what I always hated in this car. This car with the original Bluetooth out of the factory, it comes with a connection that works only for calls. So you cannot play any music from your phone with this kind of Bluetooth. It's just for calls. So we disabled that because we need to play music, right? So other settings like front door, rear door, this is going to show you which door is open, and I'm gonna show you now. So I just opened the driver's door now, and as you can see, it appeared in there. Now close it and it disappeared. All right, temperature unit. Now it's gonna show us the temperature outside. Oil quantity unit. This is actually something I haven't seen anywhere. But anyway, some other settings that I'm not gonna touch them. Going into the main one, we have, so we went on Audi settings. Now let's see what next settings are. So we've got USB mode. This is up to you if you use USBs. As you can see, I already done one in here. Usually comes with 2, but I needed just one. I didn't want other buttons except this one to look all of them like this. It's just, I don't really like it. I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. But anyway, moving into the UI style, here we have the main menu. So usually out of the factory, it comes with the other menu, which is this one. This is actually the wallpaper with shortcuts, but I don't really like this one, so I'll keep this one. This is actually nice. So we have other settings like voice key function, phone key selection, boot start logo. This is something interesting if you click on it, we have some default logos, but if you plug an USB stick in here, or you go to local, you saved something into this device, you can upload your own logo into this head unit, and at the start of it is going to show that what you uploaded, right? So we've got driving video. This is again for the cameras, if we have any camera system, auxiliary system, cameras again, GPS test, time zone, and mic gain. This is very important because the microphones in this car, they are really good, and there are 4 of them if I'm not wrong. But if we go to the maximum peak, is not going to work properly. Like, your voice will sound like an airplane is flying next to you. So we just left it on 12. I've done some tests and this one is the best. So clicking the back button, we're not gonna save anything. Moving into the Android option, here we have what every Android phone settings looks like. So we've got the network, connected devices. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this settings menu. Here we can search for something. For example, I don't see Bluetooth in here, but if I type it, and here we have it. And now, even if I couldn't find the settings for Bluetooth in the main settings menu, I just searched for it, and now everything is about Bluetooth will appear in here. So that's quite very useful. What else we've got? We've got the dashboard. This one is not 100% accurate, but it works. It works. It will show you the RPMs. It will show you the speed. This is the mileage with a parking brake on, and obviously if a door is open or not. But what I don't like about this dashboard menu is it is in kilometers per hour, and this is something you cannot change, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it, because here in UK we work with miles per hour, not kilometers per hour, and also the distance is in miles, not kilometers. So this menu in here is not too useful to me, but maybe to you guys it is. So I wanted to show you what that is as well. Now we have the Z-Link in here. This is for the Android or Apple CarPlay. So it works CarPlay wired or wireless. This AVM is for the cameras. Again, I don't have any cameras installed already, but this AVM is going to create, for example, if you have 4 cameras around your vehicle, is going to create a 360 degrees angle view. So that would be very interesting to see it working. I'll probably get it done in the future if you guys want me to do it. On to the next, we've got the Bluetooth. Here is device name and connection status. Here is where you play music of your phone. Here is the calls history. Here is the contacts on your SIM card, and here the keypad. Going into the next one, this is video. For example, you have a USB stick, you have a movie on it, or I don't know, you have a CD and you plug a CD reader into this USB here. Is going to read the CD and play the movie. For the Navi, here we have Waze, obviously. I'm not gonna start it, I'm just gonna let you know that works brilliantly. So coming back, that's pretty much everything is got. If we click again on apps, you can go on Play Store and download whatever app you want, either navigation app or streaming app, or basically everything you want, even games if you want to, but I don't see the point of playing a video game on the head unit in the car. This is very responsive. I
I honestly like it a lot. I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like about it is because it is not as plug and play for everyone. Let me show you what I mean. So if we go into the old menu again, as you can see here, clicking on media, here we are on the auxiliary port. Here. So the source, external audio input. Now, for this option, this green menu does not show up on your screen. It means you need VCDS to activate it. And this is the down for this head unit. You need to have that. But let's say you have the green menu, you have access to it. You have to go to diagnose and then click on settings, and here AMI/auxiliary. Now you have to select auxiliary, no AMI, BT, and no AMI, which is the fourth option out of 8. This is going to enable the auxiliary port even though you don't have an auxiliary port. So returning to the menu, after you activate that and you go into the settings, you have to go on the source, and on the source you basically have all of this. As you can see, I've got some CDs in the CD storage, but I also have this unlocked. So you have to select this one, and if it shows like this, you are good to play music on the head unit. So I'm not gonna play any songs due to copyrights and stuff, but it works. It works. And the Carplay works as well. The GPS works. By the way, talking about GPS, the wire for the GPS antenna was a bit short, so I couldn't leave it somewhere here on the corner of the windscreen, so I had to leave it there. It's not the most aesthetic thing you've ever seen, but it does the job. And about the 4G antenna, I left it in here underneath the steering wheel. We don't need that, but at some point we probably will. So having all of this inspected already, and after we spoke about everything this head unit has got to offer, I'm gonna show you the dashboard actually. Before we move on, I'm gonna show you the dashboard, and if we start the car, and by the way, that's the real mileage and is in miles, not kilometers. And this car is absolutely great. There we are. As you can see in there, it shows that you are playing music via auxiliary port. So as you can see, as soon as I started the engine, it already shows us the RPM. So if I give it a rev, you can have a look. So it's not the most responsive when we're talking about this, but somehow works. Because we spoke about the head unit, I promised you at the beginning of the video I am going to give you my honest opinion about it. So besides the fact that you need VCDS to have sound into your speakers, this head unit is absolutely worth the money. I am super happy with it. I am super happy with its performance. So it's very responsive, it works great. Let me know, guys, if you would install one of these into your car. I know it doesn't make the car look stock exactly as it was intended to be. This one will do for me. The screen is a bit big, to be honest, but after I used it for 2 days, I think I've got used to it, so the size of it doesn't bother me no more. But anyway, with all of this being said, again, I am super happy with the way it works. I am super happy that I still have access to everything was displayed on the original head unit. So now let's go ahead and check out the other AliExpress items I showed you at the beginning. So the next AliExpress item is something I haven't had when I started recording this video. So this is the item I told you guys earlier. It arrived yesterday. I am sorry I haven't showed you what's inside the package, but I just couldn't resist, so I went ahead and installed it. It's not fully installed it. We're talking about those mats. Now I'm not sure if this it was supposed to look like. I don't like that there, and this one should cover this pillar. I also have some double tape that came with it, and probably I'll need to stick the double tape underneath here just to make sure it doesn't move anywhere, but it looks really good. It looks good. Not the best. I don't know what happened here. Probably I just installed it wrong, and I also, instead of using double tape, I put a mat underneath this plastic panel in here, which I'm not happy with it, but I'm going to fix it later. So yeah, it is like this for all. As you can see here, I've got some tools and some stuff, but I installed it there too, and around the back. Alright, for the next AliExpress item, we have those blind spot mirrors. I've seen a lot of people using those and they are very useful, but what I've seen, people installed it wrong. You don't install it in here, you install it there. As you can see, I can see more than the mirror used to show me. So this is how you install this correctly. If you're gonna put it here, it's not gonna show you much. It is gonna show you what you can already see, but if you put it in there, that's the correct spot. So let's go ahead, do the same thing on the other side, and move on to the next product. Alright, moving on to the last item from AliExpress, which is this thing here. Now that I use the screw, let's see if this will fit. So we have this thing here. I don't even know how to remove it without breaking anything. We'll just see. I'm pretty sure this goes there, like that, and the cap will go somewhere here. Now this rubber is extremely cheap, and I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but at least we don't have a broken one no more. So I'm gonna figure out how to remove this, and we're gonna replace it with this, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just removed this ring of here, and what I did, literally I used a small flat head, and now we have it in place. This is really annoying. That was supposed to rotate. Well, I'm assuming it was supposed to be cleaned first. Alright, not the most premium thing, but it does the job. So I'm gonna leave it right there, just as it is. Alright guys, that about does it for this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and also let me know if you would install a head unit like that into your car. I want to say massive welcome to the people who subscribe to the Backyard Bay. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate that, and let me know what you want to see in the next video. Will it be Temu accessories for the cars? Should we tint the windows of this car? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.